Being a caregiver is one of the most quietly devastating things a person can do. Not because it's isn't meaningful, it is. It's one of the most meaningful things you will ever do with your life. But meaning and devastation can exist in the same place at the same time, and nobody really prepares you for that. Nobody hands you a manual, nobody tells you what it actually costs. Here's what they don't tell you when you step into that role. You stop being a person for a little while. Not all at once. It happens gradually. The way most hard things happen. You stop sleeping the way you used to sleep. You stop finishing your own sentences. Someone asks how you're doing, and you give them an update about the person you're caring for. Because that's just where your brain lives now. Your needs moved to the back of the line, so you quietly didn't even notice them go. Then one day you're in a parking lot or a grocery store, or just standing in your own kitchen, and something small happens, something that wouldn't have touched you 6 months ago, and you completely fall apart. And you don't understand why. That's why. That right there is why. Your body kept the score while you were too busy to. The guilt is the part that gets me the most. The guilt that you're tired. The guilt that you resent this sometimes, and you do, even if you would never say it out loud. The guilt of wanting one day, just one, where nobody needs anything from you, where you get to be the one who rests. And the hardest one, the guilt of grieving someone who is still there. That grief has a name. It's called anticipatory grief, an ambiguous loss, and 100 other clinical terms that don't quite capture what it actually feels like, which is loving someone through a version of losing them while they're still in the room with you. That guilt is not a character flaw. It is not evidence that you are doing this wrong. It is the cost of loving someone through something hard, and you are paying it every single day. You are allowed to feel all of it and still be a good person. You are allowed to feel all of it and still be exactly the right person for this. So what do you actually do with it? First thing, you tell someone the true version. Not the version where you're holding up fine, everything's manageable, you got it under control. The true version. The one you've been editing before it comes out of your mouth. Find one person, a friend, a therapist, a support group, anyone, and give them the unedited version. It will feel dangerous, do it anyway. Second, find the 10 minutes. I'm not going to tell you to take a vacation or practice radical self-care or sign up for a yoga class, because if you had that kind of bandwidth, you wouldn't be watching this. But 10 minutes is real. Walk around the block, sit in your car before you go inside. Drink your coffee while it's still hot. Outside, by yourself, without your phone. Something that is just yours. 10 minutes is not selfish. 10 minutes is the difference between lasting and not lasting. And you need to last. Third, let people help you. That is harder than it sounds, and I know that. Caregivers are often the people who find it hardest to receive. We became caregivers because we're good at giving. Receiving feels uncomfortable, unnecessary, like admitting something. Practice receiving anyway. Your person needs you sustainable, not heroic, sustainable. There's a difference and it matters. And fourth, when the grief comes, the specific, particular grief of watching someone you love need you in ways they never used to, let it come. Don't manage it into a corner. Don't schedule it for later when things calm down, because things don't calm down. Grief that gets pushed finds its way out anyway. Usually in the worst possible moment, usually in a parking lot when you were just trying to get milk. Meet it somewhere safe. Let it move through you. That's the only way it actually moves. There's a phrase everyone knows, and nobody acts like it's actually true. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You've heard it, you've probably said it to someone else. And then you went home and poured anyway from a cup you hadn't refilled in months, because that was the alternative. Someone needed you. Someone still needs you. That part doesn't change. But here is what I want you to really hear. The person you are caring for needs you here, Not hollowed out, not running on guilt and obligation and the story you tell yourself that taking care of yourself is a luxury you don't have time for right now. Here, present, with enough left in you to show up again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Caregiving is a long road, longer than you thought when you started, and you cannot walk the whole thing on empty. So take care of your person, and take care of the person taking care of them. That's you. I'm talking about you. You matter in this story too. Get up tomorrow, refill something, even just a little, and get up again.